Hello, it's Ray. I'd like to use this session to try and give a bit more information on adding users, adding them to groups, but also just adding them to sites rather than a group as well. So hopefully the difference will become clear. So let's just remind ourselves how we would add a user. So this is best done by the Azure Active Directory. This has the ability to manage users and groups. So if we select users here, these are all the users we have. There's a mixture of members and guests. We know the members typically have an inklygolfclub.com address. The guests have a different address. They're normal addresses that they use outside the, if you like, the Inkley Golf Club organization. So if we want to add a user, we can click any one of these. If you click this one, you come up with the default of invite user. If you click the other, create user. This is for users within inklygolfclub.com. This is for people outside the organization. And as we've discussed, we can put the name, email, first name, second name, a welcome message, and then we can add the groups that we want. And then basically a bit more information, but we don't need any of that. And we just, once we've completed it, it gives the option to invite. So let's just say this is Joe Blogs. Joe Blogs at hotmail.com. He likes that. Joe. Oops. Joe Blogs. Write a message. Welcome, Joe. We could give him a couple of groups. Let's put him on the board. And we can select that. That will be one of his groups. There's a user, and we just send the invite. Of course, we're not going to do that because it doesn't exist. So that's how you would add a guest user. So if it appears a guest, you'd have to log in via a Microsoft account to access the account. So that's how we would normally do it. And when they're in, as we know, we can add them to groups from once they're in this list. If we've assigned them to the board of directors, they'll already be there. But let's have a look at somebody. So let's look at myself, Ray McColgan. Select the groups I'm in, and you can see I'm just a member of Health and Safety and Seniors at the moment. So I could add myself. Obviously, I could remove myself by clicking this. I get the remove option. So that's the typical way. So if I wanted to add myself to the council, I could select that, and then it's done. So that's how you would normally add people. But what about the scenario where you don't want them in a group? You might just want them to have read or view only access. So let's have a look at something. So let's go to the SharePoint test site. So there's a couple of things here. First thing is, it says you've got 11 members. Interestingly, when we click this, it says we've got 12. Now, I believe this is because the administrator is showing as a member of the group. He's not actually not assigned this group in Azure. For some reason, he is the administrator of the site, so he's showing in the group. So if I now go back to Azure and we go and look at the administrator, here we are, administrator. We look at the groups the administrator is in. Don't know why he's in the board of directors, health and safety. I must clean that up. But he's not in our test site. So we go back to the test site. He is shown as a member. So that's a little quirk. So don't let that worry you if you see something like that. So we're going to have a look at permissions from this angle, and let's have a look. So it says we've got site owner. We look here. This gives you the groups. Then we're looking at site owner. It gives all the people that are in the group, whether they're members or owners. We go down here, show all the members. We've got those 12. 2 are owners, and the rest are members. Okay, so that's all good. Okay, But let's just have a closer look. Members. There's Ray McColgan. How's he there? He's there, not in a group. There's the group, but as a guest member of the site as opposed to group. So he's a site member as opposed to group member. Okay. So one of the things we want to do, let's get rid of him. He's gone. So you can get rid of anybody in there you didn't want. But let's say we want to invite Ray back as a view only. So you can invite people here. Now you can invite members to a group. This won't work because if we try to add members, the only thing we can do is add colleagues to this group. All right, so this would have to be somebody like who have we not got in this group? Let's say Catherine. She'll come up. So we could add her because she's an English Golf Club cop. But we couldn't add Ray, who's a guest. Just doesn't come up. We could add Lady Captain because she's got English Golf Club cop. Okay, so that doesn't work if we want to add people from outside the organisation. So we have to end that one. So go back again. Invite people. This time we're going to select share site only. Now if I try Ray, he's there. As soon as I do that, it comes up, it's giving me the default of edit. So let's say I only want it to be read. So I'll put myself in read. We can send a message. Hi Ray, welcome to the test site. And we can add him. So an email will have gone off and you can see I'm not in owners, I'm not in members, but I'm actually there as a visitor with read-only access. Interestingly, you can always change that to full control, edit or remove. I don't know whether that can see that at the bottom of the screen, but that's that sound was an email coming into my email account from the administrator. Okay, so that's how you could add somebody to the site as opposed to a group. Might be useful, I'm not sure, but also hopefully it was a bit of a reminder how to add people and look around to see who's members of the group. Hope you find that useful. I'd welcome any feedback. Thanks a lot for listening.